Hey everybody, thank you for stopping by Living To Do's review of Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 5. It's all about the journey. So they're in Jamaica, all the couples, and everyone's getting along. Well, for the most part. They're spending their first days together. So let's talk about the first couple, which will be Nicole and Chris. Chris is, I think he's very happy with Nicole. He seems very happy every time he sees her. He has something nice to say. He's so pleasant. And Nicole is real receptive to the process as well. She loves the accelerated process of Married at First Sight. Instead of dating someone for 3 months and then maybe starting to get serious and realize it's not working out and you just wasted all that time. Here, she's enjoying the accelerated process. They're getting to know each other, go deeper in conversation, and she's liking it. And actually, this might be, I think, is going to be the couple that might stand the test of time. So far, they're getting along very well. They seem to like each other, real receptive to one another. They go rum tasting, which is interesting. I kind of like that idea, where I think they had like 7 in total rum shots. And I guess old Nicole used to drink a lot. And then when she was 28, she started doing her Better Me journey. But that's a kind of good way to know each other if you can handle all that drinking. Um, Chris and her were talking, and he was telling her that it takes a lot for him to get frustrated with somebody. And she says she's just the opposite. And he says as long as he doesn't take things out on him, don't take the frustration out on him, I guess he'll be cool with it. He just seems to really like her. She wore this pretty white dress, and he said he was speechless looking at her in it. He calls her beautiful all the time. He's just very happy. And she asked, are you in love with me yet? And he says, well, he said no, but he could see it. It's just so promising. They talked about kids, and he wants 2 kids. He's 36, she's 32, and he wants to know about when she will, want to start having kids. And we learned that she never really wanted kids, and she's just now thinking about having kids and why she doesn't want kids. It's something that she's open to, so they might start, if it works out, in 1 to 2 years. I can totally see this happening. But that was it for this couple. Most of the couples, not a whole lot went on, but let's go on to the next. All right, the next couple is Dominique and McKinley. We learned that Dominique, this is her first time leaving the country. She's never been out of the country. They're in Jamaica. They're having a good time. They have their little excursion, which is they're riding on a Hobie Cat, which looks like fun. I just went on one a month ago. Check out my channel on Saturday where I will drop the video for that. And McKinley is not very adventurous. He's very vocal on what he doesn't like. This is what Dominique tells us. So it sounds like she's trying to be a good sport when he's being negative. He seems to really like Dominique. He really likes her boobs. He has said so more than once. He thinks her boobs are screaming at him. But they right now seem like a very loving couple. They were in the pool together. Everything so far seems good. Honeymoon vibes from you get from them right now. But that's pretty much it that went on with them. So let's on to the next couple. All right, the next couple will be Gina and Clint. We learned that Gina is an independent woman. She has this salon that she's opening up. She's very proud of. She's supposed to take or actually leave work at home, but she mentions that she was doing payroll on her honeymoon. She's work, 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 work. She does say that she has admiration for Clint. So that's a nice way of saying that she's not into him. In fact, she tells him that. She tells him that she doesn't feel an overwhelming chemistry. Um, but all along, it looked like Clint was into her. The way he looked at her, he was engaged. He was always focused on her and her eyes in talking to her. He seemed to be attentive to her. But once she said this, his whole demeanor changed. I mean, he was hurt. You could see it in his body moving instantly because she told him that she doesn't vibe with redheads. Not to say you're unattractive, that's just what you are. What do you mean that's what you are? Unattractive? It was that being too direct or just honest or insensitive? What? I mean, that hurt him. You could just see it all over his body. I guess he was kind of thinking that she was attracted to him in some way, or he didn't feel that she was unattracted to him. So he's learning this and he's learning it on camera. And the way she delivered it, it wasn't, I think it was somewhat cold. She was kind of saying it matter-of-factly. She wasn't being it wasn't forceful or anything, but still those words that she doesn't like she's not into gingery colored people, colored hair. I mean, that would be colorism, right? That was just, oh my goodness. I felt for him at that moment. And it seems like next week he's going to give her a dose of her own medicine. But that was it for now. Oh, tell me in the comments what you think. Was that insensitive? Was that just honesty? Was she just being brutally honest, which is cruelty? Poor Clint. He's going over there real confident and someone says something like to you, that knocks you down a couple of pegs. I feel for him. Okay, on to the next couple. The next couple will be Shaquille and Kirsten. So they were in Alabama for Shaquille's conference, and Shaquille loved that she was there. It gave him confidence. He's said in past episodes that he doesn't want to be alone. He feels alone, and so he's changed. He's happy. He knows someone's there for him, and it seems to be making a difference. So they seem happy together. At first it seemed like she was put off by him, but they're clinging on to each other a lot. Of course, they had to arrive the next morning or the next day after all the other couples arrived in Jamaica. They went ATM riding, or was it AVT? What is it called? They went riding on that little motor thing. Anyway, Kristen was adventurous. She's going fast and enjoying herself, and behind her is cautious Shaquille. He's driving like a granny because, he was in a very terrible car accident when he was a kid, and you could see the scar on his head from that. So he likes to be cautious, and I could understand that. Though he wanted to show her that he was adventurous, and there was a puddle of water, and he revved up his little engine and ran through the little puddle quickly, and good for him. He has that experience, and I think she wants to see a manlier side of him, and she's happy with him. She's very athletic. In fact, she was wearing, I gotta know, did this girl get a BBL? She looks like she gotta had a BBL. Uh, he and what's his name? Shaquille and Kirsten, they were sitting in a hammock together, all touching each other, holding hands. He told her that he still gets butterflies for her. That's so sweet. She told him that you're growing on me. And she told him initially she wasn't attracted to him. And for the most part, she said it was because of his bald head. And so that made him feel away. He said he felt awkward. Um, but, he knows the truth. But she rubs his head and he likes that. So he's growing on her a lot. But she did, they talked about kissing, and she did admit that she's not a good kisser. So maybe she feels insecure about that. They still haven't kissed yet. He felt like that's like a push off. Um, she just, she needs to take her time. Kissing is serious to her. First of all, I guess her insecurities of not being able to kiss. And, uh, that connection, and that I guess maybe she feels that could be going too much maybe in the sexual realm of things, though she wants to stay emotionally connected, and they're holding each other's hand, sitting next to each other, and she was in his lap last week. So she likes the closeness like that, cuddling, but not kissing, not yet. I hope we don't have this big old production about a kiss. Just kiss the man. What is a peck? But whatever, on her own time. He likes her. He really thinks she's beautiful. He's always telling her that she's beautiful. Um, so I think they are a very good match. I'm surprised the closeness they have with one another so early in the process, actually on their wedding night, and they didn't seem like or she didn't seem like she was feeling him at all. She seemed like she had a disdain for him, but she's warming up to him. She really is warming up to him, and I think they look good together. They just seem like they would be together. It doesn't seem like it seems like a good match. So far so good. Hopefully she can be more comfortable, let this wall down, let him in, and let's get this ball rolling. Okay, on to the last couple. All right, the last couple will be Jasmine and Eris. Um, we see them getting their breakfast in bed, and Jasmine has ordered bacon, and Eris has another comment about bacon. I guess he does not eat meat, but he keeps commenting on bacon, and just because she had it 3 days in a row, he thinks she eats it every day, and if she does so, what's her business? Um, he wants to get her baking eating consumption down to 2 days a week. Is it that important to you, what somebody else eats? They talked about their past relationships, and 80% of the time, the relationships didn't work because of him. He opens up to her and tells her. And all her relationships, she was the one to break it off. So, okay, I could see that. He seemed, he seemed to like her. He's talking about the future and her mother, that he's going to be very supportive with her and her mom, because her mom is dealing with breast cancer and the chemo that she has to go through. That he'll be supportive, he'll walk the dogs or come to the hospital. He already likes her mom and he wants to be there for her. So him saying that, to me, it seems kind of big coming from him. Um, I'm going to be their supportive man, husband, son-in-law already talk. From him, I didn't really see that, that he was that kind of person, so I'm glad to see that from him. Um, they went snorkeling for their adventure. That was cute. They were out there in the water. They were looking cute. Jasmine has a banging body. She's a cheerleader coach, so she's in great shape. She has the best body on the show, I think. They had their little dinner. All the dinners they had for the couples look real beautiful, all the table settings. And again, he's asking her, Jasmine, to feed him. He got a thing with being fed. She asked, what do you want to know about me? And he wanted to know what her favorite sexual position is. She wanted to plead the fifth. So he asked, so what's your favorite color? And then she said lavender. And he said, did you know that people that like the color lavender, that their favorite sexual position is downward facing dog? He's done years and years of research on this. He told her he could be her sexual mentor. He on his resume, he's a software engineer and a sexual mentor. How many ways can this man tell us that he is nasty? Oh my God. Sex on the brain. Jasmine is just not comfortable talking about sex. She holds herself in high regard, and she says she's a classy lady. And he says that she's giving classy lady, and he needs her to give more of a whore. Oh my God. The way she looked when he asked her what sexual position is your favorite, she's like, oh, I can't believe you're asking me that. She's so embarrassed. She's just, read the room. Oh my goodness. He thinks, they're adults, and why should it be taboo to talk about it? Later, they were talking about past relationships, and he said that he has never been in love, but he loves the game. And so she feels that puts pressure on her. He's never loved anybody ever, and he's 39 years old. That she feels some type of pressure. I don't know if she can meet his standards. Does he even know what his standards are? Will he know that he's in love? And they asked one another if they had to be in love to say yes on decision day. That's an interesting question. Are you going to be just committed and stay in the relationship, or you have to be in love to stay in it? But I don't know if Jasmine wants to be with a man who, can't express love. He went out with somebody for like 2 years or a year and a half and still didn't fall in love with them. And she doesn't want that to happen to her. So, wow. And after 8 weeks, he was saying, you may not be in love with me either. So do they have to be in love to say yes on decision day? We shall see. Well, that was it for everybody, this whole episode. It was okay. I thought it was very slow. In fact, honestly, 45 minutes into it, it felt like, when will this end? It was really drawing it out. Hopefully it can pick up in the next couple of episodes. But that's it for now. Thank you for staying with me to the end. If you wouldn't mind, please like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. I would appreciate it. It would help me out a lot. But I gotta go because I got living to do. Bye.